What's up, JT Gunner here, and I have returned with the F-Zero 99. So they did kind of a, well, I'd say a pretty reasonably sized update recently. They've added the Mirror Ace League. So that's right, there are now mirror versions of the Ace League tracks, and they've also done a couple other things. They've added classic versions of the Ace League tracks, but as you could probably guess from the title of this video and from the mode I just selected, we will be checking out the Mirror Ace League Grand Prix. So this is all the mirrored versions of the Ace League tracks. Now, if you don't remember, the Ace League tracks were from the Japan-only Sattellaview Super Famicom add-on for their F-Zero game that they had going on. There's a whole Did You Know gaming video on it, I'll probably link to it, but yeah, I did sort of just jump right in, so you have to forgive me for not really just talking about, you know, some of the updates that went on, because they did some other updates. You could probably see them here. I don't know if you saw, but that lunar bomber that was, like, my rival's Luna bomber from the far left, they had a decal and a color change, because you could do that now. You can have, like, new decals and color schemes for the Sattellaview machine. So yeah, that's a thing that's going on now. Of course, I haven't gotten any yet. This is the first time I started playing this game since the new update. So yeah, we'll just have to see what's going on here. Anyway, let's try to win big and try to do well. I kind of ate it there, but I guess I kind of deserve it for being a little bit sloppy. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing alright. Playing F-Zero 99 again for the channel. Can't really complain. So again, this is Grand Prix mode, and if you don't know the rules to Grand Prix mode, if you are not familiar with this game or you're new to the channel, in a Grand Prix for F-Zero 99, you have to place above a certain rank by the end of each race. And if you rank too low, you know, at any point, or you crash out like I've done just now, you're just out. So I kind of got sloppy there. This is my first time playing on these Mirror Ace League tracks, so yeah, I didn't do so hot there. I'm not gonna bother with the lucky bumper stuff, so I'm just gonna go ahead and self-destruct. Because I just want to go ahead and jump back in, because Grand Prix only, you know, show up every once in a while, in F-Zero 99, so I kind of want to get back in while I can, for the purposes of recording this video, obviously. Wow, my new best rank for Mirror Ace League, 95th place. But yeah, as you can see, okay, that's enough game, that's enough. I want to jump back in, but anyway, yeah. So, like I was saying, if you crash out or rank out at any time during the Grand Prix, you're just out. You're out. Because this game is very much a battle royale as it is a racing game. So yeah, obviously a little bit sloppy racing there on my part. I will try to do my best. The goal here is to... Obviously, I won't be able to win first place overall, because that's kind of really hard for this kind of game. But, you know, it should be, still a goal, I should say, that I make it to the end. So, make it to Mirror Silence 2. That's the goal. So anyway, we're gonna jump right back in again. Didn't do so hot last time, but we're gonna try to do a little bit better. Of course, because these are mirrored versions of these tracks, you know, it's a little bit of a different layout. It's a little bit different, and we have to kind of get used to it on the fly. You know, I have not practiced these tracks, except for this one, because obviously, I mean, you saw that practice round. Well, that's what we'll call, that last Grand Prix attempt. It was a practice round, it was a warm-up. Okay, now we're gonna lock in, and we're gonna take this seriously, alright? So yeah, alrighty. You know, I was hoping that they'd add, Mirror Ace League, and, you know, I had a feeling that they would do that. I had a feeling that they would. You know, was a little bit surprised that they added, Classic Ace League, but, I mean, I guess it's only natural that, that get added to the game, too, so I guess I'm not totally surprised there, so I wonder what else will add to this game, if any. Because it seems like they're really just starting to add more and more stuff to F-Zero 99. Content slowed down. I mean, I don't know what else you can add, you know, because it's like, yeah, there's like the missing Sattellaview content, you know, like the Metal Fort and Forest tracks that were basically lost to time, you know. If you know anything about BS F-Zero Deluxe, which I did do a video on those games, by the way, that game, I should say, that mod for the original F-Zero, yeah, those missing tracks, if those get added to F-Zero 99, I think that'd be really sweet. But anyway, I really don't want to rank out here, so we're just gonna go ahead and Skyway. And it does feel like their competition's pretty rough, but I think it's really not helped by the fact that, you know, I'm totally not familiar with the Mirror Ace League tracks, because I decided that, you know, I wanted to record a video of me trying this out, you know, just sort of jump in this way, you know? I got a few bumpers. Ooh, I got 3 bumpers right now. I got a total of 3, so that's gonna help us out, because if you don't know, any elimination you get extends your health bar. If you eliminate a bumper, that's all it does, is extend your health bar. If you eliminate a rival, like any of the human players, it will not only extend your health bar, but also like refill all of your health. So anyway, 44th place, not the best, but I guess it could have been worse. At least we actually finished this race, didn't we? So hopefully we'll be able to survive these upcoming races. And you know, if I don't make it to Silence 2, then well, there's always next time, right? There's always next time. But yeah, I forget when the last time I played F-Zero 99 is for the channel. It may have been this past holiday season when they did the World Tour. I think that was like the last time they did like an update like that. Which they didn't make World Tour like a new permanent like rotating game mode, so I don't know. I kind of wish they would do more World Tours like that. Maybe sometime in the future, who knows. But I thought it was a pretty cool idea, you know. Add a new game mode that sort of, you know, breathes more life into this game, you know what I mean? I don't think that was a totally bad idea. In fact, that was a really cool idea, in my opinion. Anyway, here we are at Sandstorm 1, Mirror Sandstorm 1, so this should be interesting. Again, as I said before, I've not practiced any of these tracks, so we're all just sort of jumping in blind and trying to do our best. Anyway. Alrighty. Oh boy. Yeah, they changed it up. They added more hurdy areas. Areas that do the hurdy on you. Oop. Way to sort of jump. There we go. Alright. Cool. Cool. Alright. We're keeping ahead of the pack for the most part, but you know, that could change at a moment's notice. Anyway, just sort of be careful. Watch out for that lucky bumper over there. Not to be so lucky. Oh shit. Yeah, you have like tiny little jump pads over there, so it's like you don't get them. You just sort of take some hits there, and it's not good. Not a good place I want to be. But hold on to my Skyway. Okay, we have to place about what, 60th place to move on to the next race. So we just have to be mindful of that. I'll probably use my Skyway right here. There we go. Don't have to worry about taking jumps. Just, you know, coast over it all. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright. Final lap. Alright. Okay, alright. Trying to lock in now, trying to be serious, so forgive me for just being a little quiet there. I'll try to pipe up when I need to, you know? Alright. Alright, jump. There we go, there we go. And 36th. Okay. Alright, 35th. Alright, that's better. That's better. Next one is Big Blue 2, so of course, you know, it gets tougher to try to survive the further you go into a Grand Prix, because obviously, you know, all the good players are just the ones remaining, and you know, the window of error, I guess, it's smaller and smaller, like you have to place higher and higher and higher. Because how Grand Prix go, if you don't remember or you don't know, the first race you have to place above 80th, the second race you have to place above 60th, the next race we'll have to place above 40th, and then we have to place above 20th in the fourth race, and then the final 20 get to race in the final race. And you don't have to worry about ranking out in the final race, but until then we do have to worry about ranking out, and that is what I'm going to try not to do, is to rank out. But anyway, here's Mirror Big Blue 2. Alright, gonna check this shit out. Alright. 2, 1, boom. Yeah, I don't really actively play F-Zero 99 anymore. I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, you sort of get your fill of it after a while. But, you know, I mean, I did pick it up. I mean, I did play a little bit recently, like before the big update. So it's like, I'm not totally rusty, but I'm probably also not the best. You know, I'm not as great as I can be, I guess. If I really want to say that I'm great. Well, I'm not that great. I'm an F-Zero 99 player, but anyway, go ahead and skyway here. There we go. There we go. Oh god. I just love how they made the Sattellaview tracks playable in this game, because it's like, you know, it's like Nintendo really doesn't acknowledge the Sattellaview, I don't think. So it's like, you know, giving, you know, a lesser known franchise like F-Zero, you know, really more recognition of its deep cuts, like the Sattellaview content, you know, just make that playable for this Battle Royale version of the SNES game. It's neat, and, you know, I really hope F-Zero gets more love. Speaking of F-Zero love, the Nintendo Switch 2 will have, you know, the GameCube games for NSO, the Nintendo Switch Online. Oh, well, if you have the expansion pack, anyway. But yeah, like, among the first few GameCube games will be Soul Calibur 2, Wind Waker, and F-Zero GX, so I'm pretty stoked for that. And I did pre-order a Nintendo Switch 2, by the way, so I can't wait to get on that. Can't wait to, you know, check that out. Check out the GameCube games, of course. Check out the new Mario Kart game, which it sucks that they made Mario Kart like $80. I think that's still ridiculous, but I got the bundle. I pre-ordered the bundle, so I didn't have to, you know, shell out $80 for Mario Kart, but even so, it's like 70 was already pushing it as far as game prices go. 80 is, I think we're kind of heading in the wrong direction there. And this isn't specifically Switch 2 related, but there is rumor that the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6 may cost $100, which, oh boy, I don't know how I feel about that. That is, I would rather not. Look, I liked Grand Theft Auto 5. I thought that game was pretty great. I'm kind of looking forward to 6. I'm definitely not paying for a new copy of GTA 6. It's gonna cost me $100. Fuck that, man. Look, I'm sorry. It's like you gotta sweeten the deal a little bit more, okay? It's like, GTA 5 is great and all, but I mean, not even that game I would have paid $100 for. Hell, I didn't even buy that game new first time I played it. 'Cause I wasn't really much of a GTA player. You know, I'd play like GTA sometimes at like friends' houses and stuff like that, but you know, it's not like I was actively playing those kinds of games. But you know, I tried out GTA 5 and I thought that game was pretty great, so I ended up loving it. That said, you know, I didn't buy it new. I bought a used copy. By the time I'd played it, it had been out for a few months. So, yeah, I just, you know, wanted to check it out because they said it was the most expensive game produced to date. Uh-oh. I'm kind of eating it here, but, oh boy. I don't want to rank out. I'm not going to rank out. I refuse! I think I ranked out. Fuck. Oh, there you go, guys. Alright. Yeah, Sandstorm 2 is already a hard track, making it mirrored. Well, your boy's gonna need a little bit more practice, but unfortunately, I don't think the Grand Prix is still going on, so I'll have to try it again when I can, but till then, I'm just, you know, not gonna be able to. But I guess I could always, you know, try it again when it comes up. You know, try to get my, recording stuff ready when it does, because, again, you know, Grand Prix only happen every so often, and, you know, they don't last for very long. Anyway, I'm trying to get some lucky bumper points in, but, didn't get a whole lot. 17 points. Oh, there you go. Okay. 35th place. Yeah, that's a bit rough, but again, practice makes perfect. But we got a taste of what Mirror Ace League was about, which was pretty cool. So yeah, that is gonna be it for this video pretty much. Well, maybe I'll show off some things. Hold on. First of all, want to see my lucky ranks. Blue Falcon, yep, 95th place, and that's it. Okay. Yeah, before we close out, I do want to show you what they've added to the game. Because I mentioned this earlier, not practice mode, excuse me. We're going to go to the workshop, and then we'll go to, like, machines. And as you can see, you can now assign decals to, like, the Sattellaview machines, but you have to complete challenges, so yeah, I still need to do all that so I can get some color changes. Excuse me. And then, of course, decals. There's only 3 decals for the Blue Thunder right now. I mean, you have like the standard one, and then you have the other 2, which is finish the Mirror Ace League Grand Prix, did not succeed in that. Then race in any standard Mirror Classic Ace League tracks 25 times for that one. So, yeah, and then, of course, that's available for the other machines, too, like the Luna Bomber, and Green Amazon, and, of course, Fire Scorpion, so, yeah. But, yeah, that's some of the new things they've added. I'm kinda glad they added. I was gonna say that. I'm kinda glad they added. I can't speak anymore. Wasn't sure if I wanted to record tonight, but, you know, they had this event going on, I'm like, well, I'd better. You know, F-Zero 99's been a little bit of a fixture on this channel since, well, since the game launched. So, I'd be remiss if I, didn't do that. And, yeah, like I said before, they also, added Classic Ace League tracks, so might have to do another Classic mode video here in the future, too. And, of course, we will try Mirror Ace League Grand Prix again. That might not be for some time. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you'll do me a solid, hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I really do appreciate your support. But that's it. I'm done talking, so I will see you later.